First, keep your spine, neck, and head straight. Keep your hands in Dhyan Mudra. Gently close your eyes. Keep your face in such a way that your face should reflect pleasantness and peace. Try to keep your all facial muscles free and loose. Now observe your sitting position. Try to sit in a position where you can feel comfortably without moving your body. Keep your spine straight. Observe your spine. Observe your neck. Now we will start with 11 times Omkara. Try to inhale deeply before chanting of Omkara. After completion of inhalation, chant in a rhythmic way Omkara. Va Keep your hands in Namaskar Mudra. Prayer. Om Stapakaya cha dharmasya Sarvadharmaswarupini Avatara Varishtaya Ramakrishnaya te namaha Jananim Sharadam Devim Ramakrishnam Jagadguru Padme Trayos Ritva Pranamami Muhurmuhu Namaste Yatirajaya Vivekananda Suraye Satchit Sukhaswarupaya Swamine Tapaharine Om Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritangamaya Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. First 5 minutes we practice a complete inhalation and complete exhalation. Complete inhalation is you need to focus, concentrate on breath. When you are inhaling, try to inhale in such a way that your lungs expand completely or that your lungs fill completely. When you are exhaling, let your lungs empty completely. Let your focus on your breath and practice. First 2 minutes, try to concentrate more and more. Practice. Next 5 minutes meditation technique is awareness on your inhalation and exhalation and count. When you are inhaling, count number 1. When you are exhaling, count number 1. The next time when you are inhaling, count number 2. Exhaling time, count number 2. So like this, ascending order from 1 to 10 and descending order 10 to 1. Due to our more thoughts or due to divert of our mind from the practice to the outside, we may miss the number of counting of the number. Then stop your practice at that point and start again from the beginning. Let's start. Now stop your practice. Keep your hands namaskar mudra. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Keep your palms on. Now we are going to have a relaxation by our Swami Ramakrishna Maharaj. Maharaj.
Thank you, unedited. Jai Ramakrishna to all. Now please repeat loudly some Veda mantra we repeat. From Veda mantra chanting, first our pronunciation will improve, Rasva, Dirgha, etc. Second, it's having its own frequency. From there, it will affect our subconscious mind. So our memory power, concentration, etc. it increases. So please repeat loudly.
There is on the top, just click turn off original sound, Maharaj, left side.
Now it is okay, I think, Ji.
Yeah.
Please repeat some audio problem. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Gananantva Ganapati Havamahe Kavim Kavina Upamasravastamam Jyeshtaragam Brahmana Brahmanaspata Shrivanmurti Visidam Sadhanam Hamsa Hamsaya Vidmahi Paramahamsaya Dhimahi Tanno Hamsa Prachodayat Om Namo Hiranyamahave हिरण्यवर्णाय
हिरण्यवर्णाय
हिरण्यरूपाय
हिरण्यरूपाय
हिरण्यपतये
हिरण्यपतये
अम्बिकापतये
अम्बिकापतये
उमापतये
उमापतये
पशुपतये
पशुपतये
नमो नमः
नमो नमः
ॐ भूर्भुवस्सुवः
ॐ भूर्भुवस्सुवः
ॐ
ॐ
नमः शम्भवे च
नमः शम्भवे
मयोभवे च
मयो भवे च
नमः शङ्कराय च
नमः शङ्कराय
मयस्कराय च
मयस्कराय
नमः शिवाय च
नमः शिवाय
शिवतराय च
शिवतराय
ॐ निगमपतये नमः
पतये नमः
निगमपतान्तिकाय नमः
गणपतान्तिकाय नमः
ऊर्ध्वाय नमः
ऊर्ध्वाय नमः
ऊर्ध्वलिङ्गाय नमः
ऊर्ध्वलिङ्गाय नमः
हिरण्याय नमः
हिरण्याय नमः
हिरण्यलिङ्गाय नमः
हिरण्यलिङ्गाय नमः
सुवर्णाय नमः
सुवर्णाय नमः
सुवर्णलिङ्गाय नमः
सुवर्णलिङ्गाय नमः
दिव्याय नमः
दिव्याय नमः
दिव्यलिङ्गाय नमः भवाय नमः
भवाय नमः
भवलिङ्गाय नमः
भवलिङ्गाय नमः
सर्वाय नमः
सर्वाय नमः
सर्वलिङ्गाय नमः
सर्वलिङ्गाय नमः
शिवाय नमः
शिवाय नमः
शिवलिङ्गाय नमः जलाय नमः
बालाय नमः
जललिङ्गाय नमः
बाललिङ्गाय नमः
आत्माय नमः
आत्माय नमः
आत्मलिङ्गाय नमः
आत्मलिङ्गाय नमः
परमाय नमः
परमाय नमः
परमलिङ्गाय नमः
परमलिङ्गाय नमः
एकसोमस्य सूर्यस्य
एकसोमस्य
सर्वलिङ्गस्थापयते
सर्वलिङ्गस्थापयति
पाणिमन्त्रं पवित्रम्
पाणिमन्त्रं पवित्रम्
यजामहे
त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे
सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव
पूर्वानुकमिव
वन्दनान्
वन्दनान्
भृत्योर्मुक्षीयान्
योर्मुक्षिष्यामि
मामृतात्
मामृतात्
ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः
ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति
Wonderful, ji, fantastic. Now one small version we sing. Another 3 minutes time is there. Bhajanana Ram. Please repeat. Fantastic, Ji. Now, motivational Subhashitam from our Vandana Ji. I invite our Vandana Ji.
Jai Ramakrishna. Jai Ramakrishna. So we'll start with this today's Subhashitam. Kartavyam Acharam Kanam Akartavyam Anacharam Tishtati Prakripacharo Yasaha Arya iti Smritaha Kartavyam Acharam Kanam Akartavyam Anacharam Akartavyam Anacharam Tishtati Prakripacharo Tishtati Prakripacharo Yasaha Arya iti Smritaha Yasaha Arya iti Smritaha. We'll go with the meaning now. Kartavyam Acharam Kamam. Our duty is to do our task, our swadharma. Whatever kartavyam we are having, we have to do that. Akartavyam Anacharam. Those things which are prohibited, which are said that we should not do that, we should not do that activities. That is Anacharam. We should not follow it, we should not do it. Tishtati Prakripacharyo Yaha Saha Arya iti Smritaha. The person who follows this, who follows our tradition, our natural traditions, whatever we have, our customs, he is called as Arya. He is that real person, the noble person. So what the things are to be done, we have to do it, and the things which should not be done, we should not do that. That is the meaning of the Subhashitam. Kartavyam Acharam Kamam. Our duty is to do the things which are to be done, and Akartavyam Anacharam. The things should not be done, we should not do it. And Tishtati Prakritacharu, who follows our traditions and customs, what are to be done, already said by our great people, our ancestors, that person who is following all these things is called as Arya. Like we have yajnas, yagas, whatever our tradition, customs we have to respect that and we have to follow that. So, we'll repeat the Subhashitam again. Before that, I want to tell one small story where Kartavyam, the importance of Swadharma is told. Okay. So in one story, what happens? Sri Krishna, Lord Sri Krishna plays with all his friends. All the his friends were there, no? Gopabalas. He was playing. So after playing, Krishna used to stole what? Navanitam, what we call butter. Krishna used to take away that butter and he used to eat, right? So the same, Krishna used to do the same thing every day, going in one gopis house, stealing that butter and eating. So all the gopis, what they did, they planned that where the butter they keep in pots, in that butter pot, they tie one bell. Whenever if Krishna will come there and try to take the butter, the bell will ring. Then gopis can come. So they planned. So Sri Krishna saw these people are tying that bell. Then Krishna, while seeing when gopis went away from that place, Sri Krishna came there, Sri Krishna, and Sri Krishna told that bell, see Ghanta, hey bell, you don't ring. When I am going to take away that butter, you please don't ring, you please don't make sound. Then the Ghanta said, Lord Krishna is telling, the Ghanta said, Mauna, okay. It won't sound. Then what happened? After that gopis went away, Sri Krishna and friends came. Sri Krishna was giving that butter to all other friends, giving then other friends happily they are eating. So all were eating very happily. At last, Sri Krishna also took some butter and about to eat. At that time, Ghanta made sound, big sound, ting, 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 ting. All gopis came and Sri Krishna was caught. Then they scolded him, and after that, Sri Krishna was feeling very bad. All gopis went away. Then, with sad face, Krishna came to Ghanta and he asked, I told you not to make sound. All my friends were eating, you didn't make sound. And when I was eating, you made sound. Why? Then the Ghanta replied, see Krishna, when all are eating, you said not to do that, so I was very calm. But when you are eating, you are Lord. You are Sakshat Bhagavan. When Bhagavan is eating, Naivedya Samaye, it is my Swadharma to ring. So how can I forget my Swadharma? We do that, right? When we offer food to Bhagavan, we ring bell. That is our tradition. So that is Swadharma of Ghanta. So even God was telling, but Ghanta did not leave her Swadharma, our Kartavyam. In the same way, we have our Kartavyas, our duties. We should not leave those duties. We have our tradition. We have so many things to do. So we should not leave that. And in the same way, the things Shastras or the elder people tell us to not to do, we should not do that. Kartavyam, we have to achara. Akartavyam, anacharam. We should not do that. So once again, we'll repeat this and finish. Kartavyamacharam kamam. Akartavyamanacharam. Tishtati prakrutacharo. Yah sah arya iti smritaha. Yah sah arya iti smritaha means that person is called as Arya. Okay? Kartavyamacharam kamam. Akartavyamanacharam. Tishtati prakrutacharo yah sah arya iti smritaha. Sah arya iti smritaha. Okay.
Maharaj, make Samir sir as a co-host, Maharaj. Maharaj, please give introduction and let some explain. Yeah.
Jai Ramakrishna. Jai Ramakrishna.
Vandanama, you are on mute.
We are very happy today. We have with us Dr. Samir Nandanji. About you all know. I invite Samir Nandanji to address you all. Thank you, sir.
To begin with, I would like to thank one and all for giving me this opportunity. And I hope I am audible loud enough. If there is a problem, please let me know. Today, I'm going to talk about something very important, obviously, relationships. Relationships. Are they important? Of course, they are important. Relationships are one thing which will either give you peace of mind or deprive you of the same. You may be a millionaire, you may be a billionaire, you may have infinite amounts of money. But if you don't have somebody to share with, if you don't have somebody who love you, you feel so lonely, so alone, so depressed. Therefore, more than money and more than anything, relationships play a wonderful role in our life. Why do we seek relationships? First of all, we want relationships, several kinds of relationships. Why do we want them? Because all of us, not only human beings, but the entire creation, all the beings in the universe have an innate tendency to feel loved. We want to feel loved. We want to belong. We want to feel liked or loved by somebody. The more and more the people love us, the more happier we tend to become, or at least that's what we feel. Therefore, love is the driving force behind any relationship. But before we go into relationship, let us try to understand and analyze what love is. Very few of us really know or understand what really love is. Where is love? Before trying to search for love, let us see an example. I give you a sunflower seed, and I will ask you to show me oil from the seed. Where is oil in the sunflower seed? Everywhere. Oil permeates the entire seed. Likewise, where is love? Love permeates the entire creation. Every atom of our creation is permeated with love. But unless an effort is made, that is not visible to the naked eye. Now, the love is the purest when it is unselfish. Normally, most of us do not have or feel that unselfish love that is present in us, of course, when we are born. The newborn baby is so selfless. If he feels hunger, he cries. Or if he feels some discomfort, he seeks mother's care. But the baby is unselfish. The baby really doesn't care much about itself. Therefore, we all have love, a spark of love when we are born. But as the age grows in, as we get older and older, so many impurities start setting into our mind, into our thought, and we start thinking more and more about ourselves than the person in front of us. Gradually, we completely lose the ability to love divinely. Our love becomes so narrow, and our love becomes selfish. Selfish love. It should not be called love, but for the time being, let us call it love, selfish. Now, we also get confused about love. If I ask you a question, whom do you love? Immediately you will start answering. I love my parents, I love my wife, I love my husband, I love my friends, I love my relatives and whatnot. You'll give me a big list. We often tend to get confused between love and attachment. So many attachments, we get confused. We think it is love, but it is not. That is not love. How do we define love? Let us get back to the basic question again. How do we define love? What is love? Love cannot be defined. Then why did I ask? Because we have to at least think about it. Love cannot be defined. Okay, I will ask you another question. Forget about love. Define orange. Define the color of orange. Orange. I'm asking about color, not the fruit. How can you describe? Maybe you will say if a shade lighter than red, maybe 2 shades darker than yellow. But can you really describe what orange is? Or you will show me a fruit of orange. This is orange, you will tell me. But describe orange. Can we? We can't. It has to be seen or experienced. Love is like that. If I ask somebody to define love, it cannot be explained. Love can only be felt or experienced. And how do we recognize whether that is love or not? There's a very simple way. Any relationship, if there is love, there is only one outcome of true love, that is joy. If you happen to have a pen and paper with you, you may as well note it down and underline it, highlight it. This is so important to understand in any relationship. If any relationship has love as a guiding principle, the only outcome, the result would be J-O-Y, joy. No other feeling sets in. Love is pure joy. Now start analyzing your relationships. Our relationship with our best friend, our so-called relatives, who not, everyone. Just think. Whenever they are mixed with so many feelings, so many emotions, are they not? Sometimes we feel happy. Sometimes we feel sad. Sometimes we feel disturbed, angry. So many emotions set in. When other emotions are there, it is just not love. It is something else, but not love. The only outcome of love is joy. Now, in this creation, apart from love, there is an opposite force also, because the universe is full of polarities, isn't it? Universe is full of polarities. What does it mean? When there is good, there is always some bad. When there is heat, there is always cold. Likewise, where there is love, there is also an opposite force acting there. Let us call it repulsion, hatred. In other way, repulsion. We have centripetal force and the centrifugal forces, right? In physics, we must have studied those. Similarly, love has the opposite force of repulsion. And that is also important, because the drama has to go on. The creation has to go on. And there has to be Maya, which separates things, which separates people. That is the force of repulsion, which is opposite to love. The basic difference between love and repulsion is, what is it? Love unites and repulsion divides. Love brings people together. Repulsion divides people from one another. It is important to understand. Now, who has love? Is it only human beings? No, animals also have love. Animals also demonstrate love. Animals to human, animals to animals. But the main difference is that the love of animals is instinctive. Instinctive. For example, many species of animals, there will be only one life partner for life. For life, monogamy it is called. There are some birds, the husband bird and the wife bird. They live together for life. If one of the birds dies, other bird will also die in a short while. Or the other bird will not go looking for another life partner. So animals and birds can also love. But what is the difference? Their love is instinctive, which means they can't think. They are guided by something beyond them. They are not responsible for their love. That's what it means. Being instinctive means at the moment they act, or there is some other guiding principle, but not their free will, not their free choice. But we are not like that. Human beings are not like that. We have some free will, we have some choice, and we are not just always guided by instincts. God has given us something called intellect or discrimination. So we, unlike animals, have an ability to grow in our love. Animals just stay in love instinctively, but we can grow in love. That's the main difference. I'm explaining all these things because so much of the society has come to a level which is like below par to even animals and other creatures. So we have to understand how we are better than other creation, how God made man in his own image. We have to know this. So I'm going into depth and little basics of love. Now, love, does it have a form? No, love doesn't have a form. It takes the form of the person and the person's consciousness. Love is the same, but it takes form or emotion or feeling of the person who is exhibiting or demonstrating it. For example, the same love, when it goes through the father, it becomes fatherly love. The same love, when expressed by mother, becomes motherly love. The same love, when it comes from the friend, becomes friendly love. Just like the LED lights, there are any number of LED colors. It can be yellow, green, blue, but the principle is the same. The diode is the same, light emitting diode, LED, that is the same. But it can change its color based on the material it is made, the build of it. Similarly, love is the same. My love cannot be different and yours can't be different. My parents' love and your parents' love can't be different. The love is all the same, but it tends to take the shape or emotion of the person who is sharing it or demonstrating it. With this background, is this too complicated? Am I making it very difficult? I hope not. For those of you who can follow me so far, now let us get a little deeper into different kinds of relationships. I'm not going to just give tips like you be like that, you be this, you be that, you do this, do that. No, let us just understand the mechanics of relationships, the basics behind relationships. First of all, let us talk about father. We owe so much to our father, don't we? Of course we do. Now, how is father's love? Father's love is mainly based on reason or logic or wisdom, which because he has lived his life. He has 20, 30 years of life before he brought us onto this plane of earth. So much of experience. So whatever he speaks with that wisdom. That is his love. When father expresses his love, it is by means of showing us or teaching us his wisdom. He tells us, hey, do this better. Hey, do that. Don't do this. Don't do that. So many times we feel little disturbed. Array, why should he say so much? Why should he control us so much? But the thing is, he is giving us the previous 30, 40, 50 years of his experience. If we are to learn by ourselves, it will take another 50 years for us. Instead of that, father will filter it, make it, condense it, make it very short, make it very sweet and simple, and give the experience in one sentence. It will do good for us to listen. In Telugu, there is a proverb. It says, Peddala Mata, Chaddi Moota. Chaddi Moota is like curd rice, which is very healthy for anyone. Therefore, father's love is mainly based on wisdom. It may not always be tender. Father may not be so tender like a mother, but it is so full of wisdom. The only thing is, father's love is also a bit instinctual, instinct-based, because God made it that way. God created human beings that way, or the creation that way. Naturally, without any conscious effort, a father will love his child, daughter or son. So that is also instinctual. That is also not the very highest form of love. It's a wonderful form of love, but still not the very highest form of love. Now let us talk about the second crucial relationship in life, that is with mother. What about mother? A relationship with mother is the greatest relationship possible on earth for the human being or any animal or bird even, because mother's love comes closest to God's love. Why? How? We often listen to this statement, but justify. I will ask you to write an essay answer by giving this question to you. Justify how mother's love is like God's love. Justify. What are the reasons? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why and how? Don't need to think much. I will tell you just one thing here. A mother can forgive. That's all. A mother can forgive. Kshama. The son may be a great person, maybe a good man. If the son is good, mother loves him. If the son is bad, if the son becomes a thief, if the son becomes a robber, if the son becomes a murderer, still mother loves him. Still mother loves him. Yes. God's love is like that. God will never abandon us. We are all his children ultimately, or her children. God, it can be both he and she. So we are his children. God really forgives us because he knows that he has created this world so full of Maya. He has sympathy for us. He has sympathy for his children. He is always ready to forgive us, provided we are going to make a conscious effort to evolve, not to repeat the same mistake 100 or 1000 times. Even if we make the mistake 99 times, still he forgets and he forgives and gives us an opportunity to grow again. Mother's love is like that. And mother's love is so full of tenderness and care. Tender and care. A mother is always forgiving. Father cannot sometimes forgive, but a mother can always forgive. And now, when we speak about mother, let us just not talk about our own mother and ourselves. We can be like a mother to everybody else also. We can be a mother to entire creation. Each of us has a mother within ourselves. We have to try to cultivate that motherly tenderness within our hearts. Having discussed about father and mother, let us move on to the third very crucial relationship on earth, which is the conjugal love. Otherwise, the love with spouse, husband and wife. Conjugal love, it is called. That plays a very important role in creation. It is extremely important. Why? If the creation has to go on, obviously, then they have to be couples. Only then the progeny will be brought forth. So it is a natural law. It's a natural means designed by God to continue his game of creation. Therefore, conjugal love is also extremely important. And you must have heard previously, a child stays with parents only for 20, 25, 30 years at the most. After that, the person stays only with the spouse for the next 50, 60 years. Is it not? So most of our lifetime will be spent with the one long and lengthiest relationship called the relationship with spouse, with wife or husband. So how important that is. Now, this relationship also has got a tremendous potential to become great and noble. Great and noble. But it has one serious flaw. Those of you here who are not yet married, please listen to this very carefully. And those of you who have got married in the last 5 to 10 years, those people also please listen to me carefully, because we all must know these things. This relationship is no doubt, it has a potential to be a wonderful relationship through life, but it should not be based solely or only on physical attraction. No, it should not be based only on physical bonding. Unfortunately, these days, most of these relationships are based on physical appearance only. It's based on only physical bonding. Therefore, what is happening? There is a lot of physical abuse, too much of physical involvement, abuse and whatnot. As a result, as the time goes on, the potency or the integrity of the relationship is coming down. So a marital relationship should never be based on, or conjugal love should never be based on just physical attraction. It may be important. Yes, we need to maintain our physique. We have to try our best to retain whatever physique God has given us. in our own limits and limitations. We may be short, we may be tall, we may be dark, we may be light, we may be white, bright, whatnot. But we have to strive to maintain our good looks. But our relationship should not be solely based on physical bonding. It's very important to know. When it is solely based on physical bonding, so many bad things come after that. They follow, like possessiveness. We tend to become, if our relationship, like the relationship between husband and wife is solely based on physical appearance, possessiveness comes in. For example, the husband doesn't like a wife to interact with other gents. Likewise, the wife will feel so disturbed if the husband talks to other ladies. Naturally, the trust will come down. One person starts suspecting the other person. One person will start exploring the mobile phone, WhatsApp, Facebook of other person. You can easily imagine what is going to happen to their relationship in the next few years. So many families are collapsing these days because there is no trust. Now, what is the most important trait or quality for a wonderful conjugal relationship? What is that? Definitely not physical bonding. Then what is it? Mutual respect. Mutual respect. The wife should start respecting her husband, and the husband should also start respecting his wife. Why should we respect? Because each person has soul, Atma. Atma is nothing but Paramatma. We have God within us as our soul. Keeping that in mind, we should always try to give the respect, the kind of respect that our spouse deserves. Only then the relationship will gradually grow into friendship. When there is respect for the person, we also respect what they do. In many families, what happens is the wife will think something is very important. The husband feels it is a small thing to do. It is not important. Hey, why do you want to do this? No, we do that. No, instead. That's what they say. The vice versa can also happen. The husband feels like spending this much of money on something, 50,000. But the wife feels, why do you want to spend 50,000 on that? Instead, you can spend 50,000 on this. Slowly, there will be a disturbance. Slowly, there will be a conflict of thought. Naturally, the relationship will be in little turbulence. If the two people sit together in mutual respect, then what will happen? They start discussing, not arguing. They will discuss with one another gradually, point by point. Then there will be something called friendship. Friendship between husband and wife. Only those relationships last a lifetime. Our grandparents were like that. Our parents are like that. It's like one husband and one wife. That is the great culture of India. That's what India has shown the world. One marriage, one relationship. But unfortunately, what is happening these days? Multiple. It has become multiple. It may sound rude on this platform if I say this, but look at what is happening around. When I look at my patients who are coming to me, some of them, when I look at my classmates, colleagues, relatives, whatnot, where not, everywhere. So easily people come together, so easily they separate. Is it a joke? No. So the relationship has to have mutual respect and friendship. Friendship. There is one great example in the history about one opera singer in Italy. Her name is Galli Corsi. You can Google her. She's a legend. So famous in America. She is a born Italian, but America, she got so famous. Galli Corsi. It seems Galli Corsi and her husband were so thick in friendship. They have children. That's all a different story. But they're such strong friends. After the age of 50 also, they could not live separate from each other, it seems. For example, if Galli Corsi was out of station, 3 days after that, if she and her husband met, they will be like, oh my God, you came, you met me, wow. So they would hug each other. So much of love, 20, 30 years after marriage. They lived such a life all together. And I know of a real life story, not story, I should call it incident. An American incident. Even in India, we have such great examples like Sati Savitri, who brought back her husband, Sati Sumati, and so many wonderful examples. Similarly, there was one American gentleman married to his wife for long. They were so much in friendship. Unfortunately, the wife died. prematurely before her, before him. He was so disturbed. He was so disturbed, he could not find peace of mind. He was always thinking of his wife. Then somebody told him, you go to India. There are so many great saints and sages and masters, gurus in India. If you are lucky enough to find a real great guru, maybe they will show you a way. So he came all the way to India. He traveled to the Himalayas, and by his sheer luck and God's grace, he found a wonderful guru. He went to the guru first with folded hands. He asked the guru, I have come to you. Will you accept me as a disciple? The guru closed his eyes for a while and said, of course, yes, I will take you as my disciple. But again, this man said, but oh Guru, I have only one request. Please promise me that you will fulfill one desire of mine. Then I have no objection to live with you for my life as your disciple. Guru said, yes, granted. Please ask. He said, you have to initiate not only me, but also my wife into your path. Then Guru said, of course I will do that. Where is your wife? Then he said, she expired 3 years ago. Then Guru was taken aback a little. He is a Trikala Jnani. He knows things, but on a physical plane, they play act also. So he was taken aback. Then he's so powerful, omnipotent. What did the Guru do? He closed his eyes and summoned the wife. From some different sphere, the wife has come as a spark, and the wife sat. The wife assumed the previous form, the same form as the husband knows, as his wife. And Guru initiated both of them into his path. And the husband and wife spoke to each other for a long time. Then even the husband realized that the human plane, the earthly plane is so limited, and there is much vaster universe beyond this earthly plane. And so his Maya came down. All his delusions were broken. His depression was gone. He became such a serious sadhaka, and he got realized in his lifetime. He himself became a great saint. So these are like real life examples. What helped this person to grow that much? His love for his wife, which was true. Though this is a rare example, I felt this is interesting to know. But unlike this example, what is happening these days is, okay, the man and woman look at each other during maybe matchmaking ceremony, pelli chupalu, or maybe somewhere they meet somewhere. Then they get attracted to each other solely and mainly based on physical appearance. They get confused. They think it is love. Then they get married. After a few years, like 5 years, 7 years down the marriage, suddenly they wonder, where has the love been? Where has the love gone? Why am I not able to love my wife anymore? Or the wife will think, what happened to my love? Why am I unable to love my husband anymore? Why does the relationship feel so irritable all the time? Why do we quarrel each other? Where is love? If it is love, where has it gone? This is the pitiable state of the society these days. So we need to have a basic understanding of how relationships work. Now, when such a kind of, frustration builds up in a relationship, like where has the love gone? Why are we unable to love each other anymore? What will happen to that? The wife will start feeling neglected. Oh, my husband doesn't care for me anymore. When we were married, he was so caring, so tender. For the first 1.5 years or 1 year, he was so with me all the time. But now he doesn't look at me. He doesn't care for me. He sits in the office all the time. He sits with the mobile phone all the time. When the wife feels neglected, what will she do? She will start nagging the husband. The nagging begins. And that really irritates the husband even more. And what does the husband do in return? He starts using his tongue. That is called tongue lashing. He starts rebuking. He starts scolding. He passes critical comments, not only on the wife, but also on the parents of the wife. And as a result, because of mistake on both sides, what will happen? The relationship becomes a serious trouble, lot of strain, day-to-day trouble in life. Gradually, they will think of separation. So any relationship is not meant for separation. Relationship is an art of staying together. All right. Now let us move on to a different relationship, fourth in line after mother, father, and spouse. A master and servant. Master and servant. Or in other words, in today's world, employer and employee. Is the relationship important? Very important. Why? Because we spend only 4 hours at home. We find remaining 8 hours at office only. Is it not? So if the office 8 hours are not pleasant for us, even our home is not going to outdo much. It cannot offer us peace of mind. Therefore, a relationship with the employer or employee is also so important. What is it based on? Between husband and wife, I said it is mutual respect. Between an employer and employee, what is it based on? It is based on mutual security. If the employer keeps on giving perks to the employees, like an increment, raised salary, a benefit note, or maybe whatever, anything, any hike or a bonus or a certificate, any appreciation, naturally the employer will feel so happy and delighted, and he will start loving the employer more and more. And if the employee, the one who works, keeps on is like so committed to the organization, works 1 hour extra, do more things than what is expected of him or her, then naturally the employer becomes so fond of the employee. Therefore, a relationship between an employer and employee is mainly based on mutual security. How much the employee makes the employer feel secure, and how much an employer feels the employee worker feels secure, based on security. If you are a leader, you will know how to make the other person feel secure in your presence. That gives the best output from the other person, be it an employer or an employee. Now let us move on to the 5th relationship, which is friendship. Friendship. Friends play a vital part in life. At least they played a vital part in life until 5 to 10 years ago. Now the friendship is all like they come, they go, they come and go, come and go. No real friendship, no friendship that lasts a lifetime. So many people proclaim friendship for the initial years, like we will stay together for life. No, not true. These days, what happens? It gets diluted so fast, and within weeks or months or years, the friends choose their own path. They may not get separated. They may still remain friends, but the love is missing, the care is missing, the intimacy is missing. If they were calling every day in the past, they were calling only once a year now, maybe once a month now. That gets even more diluted as the time goes. But if the friendship is nurtured carefully, day by day, like planting a seed and taking care of a sapling, friendship is a wonderful relationship because it is such a big stress buster. Friends can remove our stress better than anybody, better than even family sometimes. But where to get such friends? Is it easy? Only with God's grace that can happen. We cannot decide, or we cannot find the true friends. But what we can do is we can be the kind of friend which we expect from others. If we expect a lot of love from others, let us give that love to the other person. If we expect a lot of care from our friend, or a call from our friend, or a message from our friend, let us do that first instead of waiting our friend to do it. Let us be the first person. It is said, Sri Rama is the Pradhama Sambhashi. Lord Rama is the Pradhama Sambhashi. What does it mean? When two people meet, Rama is the first person to greet the other person. It is not like, okay, I am God, I am Avatar, I am Emperor, I am Chakravarti, they should come and wish me good morning, then I will talk. No, Rama was not like that. Even if a peon comes, even if a daily wage laborer comes, Rama is the first person to talk. Hey, welcome, Subhodayam, Namaskaraha. So that's what. Rama was the first person to greet everybody. We should be like that. Even in our friendship, we should be the person who cares for others more than the other person caring for us. Only then the friendship grows. And we have to remember one more thing. A friendship will only last until there is no give and take transaction between the two. There should not be give and take transactions. So many great saints and sages and clever people, and so many people mentioned this thing. There should not be give and take transactions, especially money. Money is a big killer of friendship and relationships. Oh my God, not only friendships, any relationship, money is a big killer, destroyer of relationships. So be very careful when money comes into the picture in any relationship. Especially in friendship, it is said, never lend money to your friend and never take money from your friend. Take from somebody, take from a professional party or from a bank or wherever, but not from a friend. Because if we accept money from a friend, somehow the friendship will be gone soon enough. Or if we lend money to a friend, again, the friendship is very likely to be destroyed. Sometimes it may not happen, but many times it does happen. Therefore, let never money come or no give and take relation, no give and take transaction between two friends. That is important. And second thing is, these days, many friends, especially girls more than boys, girls among girls, like two girls between them, they quite loosely use the term love you. They often say, they type messages, even with their relatives, even with their acquaintances, their sisters, brothers, whatnot, they will say, love you, love you, love you. Is love so easy? So easy to type, so easy to profess, so easy to proclaim and declare and promise. How difficult it is to keep up. Oh my God. Once we say love you, any relationship, it is for life. Because love is eternal. Love is nothing but God. God is eternal. Love has to be eternal. So unless we are absolutely sure that we can love the person for lifetime, let us not use the word love you. No, we shouldn't. We do not have the right. Once it really happened in Puttaparthi, I was in Puttaparthi, as some of you know. Students, we all loved Baba so much, Satya Sai Baba. So one of the students was holding a letter. He sat in the row. Baba came to him. He gave the letter. Baba was reading, and student said, Baba, Swami, we love you. I love you. Swami did not smile. He looked at the boy and said, no, you do not know what love means. And he moved away. The boy was like struck. He was like so surprised, astonished, disturbed. But that is true. So easily we say love, but what does it mean to love a person for life? Just think about it. I'm not going to answer it, but I'm sure you will find an answer by yourself. Unless we can love the person all our life, let us not use the word loosely, love you. These are important because once whatever we speak, if we really can implement that, it is called integrity. And if we have integrity, we go in life fast as a sadhaka, as a seeker, as a devotee. A person with integrity will evolve fast. If we loosely use a word and not stick to the word, not practice it, we lose our integrity. A person who doesn't have integrity can never really achieve any big goal. He becomes very loose in character as the time goes. That is about friendship. Now let us move on to the sixth relationship between a guru and disciple. Oh my God, guru and disciple. Guru, I'm not just talking about the teachers in the schools and colleges. No, I'm talking about our spiritual masters. I just spoke about my guru, Sri Satya Sai Baba. And we have our guru, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. And there are devotees of Ramana Maharshi, Bhagavan Sri Ramana. So I'm talking about real gurus and disciples. That is the number one relationship in the entire creation. Why? Is it beyond a mother and child? I said mother and child is a wonderful relationship, but no, guru-disciple relationship is even beyond mother and child relationship. Why? Why? Because it is based on soul evolution. It is between two soul. It is soul level. A mother may have her own secrets, and a son may have his own secrets. Son may not tell everything to mother, or the mother may not tell everything to the son. But a disciple and guru, their hearts are so open, so bare. A devotee or disciple can talk everything to his God, everything to his guru. And guru is like so ever willing to help, ever willing to forgive. So there is no relationship on this earth that comes even close to a guru-disciple relationship. How wonderful it is. Our Kriya Yoga master, we have our Paramaguru, Paramahamsa, Yoganandaji. Some of you may have heard or seen his book, Autobiography of a Yogi. So it so happened that while he was living with his guru was telling him to do a lot of seva. He was not giving the Sishya, Yoganandaji, time to meditate. He was giving him so much of kitchen work, so much of guest work, so much of other works, cleaning. So he did not find time to meditate. So one day what Yoganandaji did, he was very young, he was like 17, 18 years old at that time. He one day did not tell his guru. He ran away from the ashram to Himalayas. He thought only by sitting for long hours in meditation in Himalayas, he can find mukti, moksha, self-realization. He ran away. But he ran away. Nothing came successful. His effort was a total failure. And there in Himalayas, he would find another great monk, yogi, Ram Gopalji. That yogi tells him, you cannot find your mukti in Himalayas. Go back to your guru. So Yoganandaji, with a long and sad face, comes back to the guru. Guru is Yukteswarji. The moment he steps into the ashram, into Guru's chamber, he's like so afraid. Oh my God, I ran away from my guru. My guru is already so angry. Yukteswarji, the guru, always used to demonstrate or exhibit a lot of anger. Very few people used to stay with him because he would scold like hell. So nobody will really, very few people would stay with him. So this Yoganandaji was so afraid. He came into the guru, in Guru's chamber, prostrated in front and said, Gurudeva, I don't have words fair enough even for my apologies, he said. Guru simply looked at him like this, like a small child. He said, that's okay. I'm feeling hungry. Let us go together into the kitchen and cook something to eat. Yoganandaji was like, what? Gurudeva, are you not angry on me? He again asked. Then Yukteswarji said, how can I be angry on anybody? See, anger only comes from expectation. If I expect anything from you, if you don't do it, I may get angry. Let me tell you, I don't expect anything from any of my disciples. All I have in my heart is their happiness, their well-being. So if you are happy running away from me, I still pray for you. I still bless you. So you cannot make me angry. So Yoganandaji fell at his feet and cried profusely. Gurudeva, even my father would not forgive me if I do this, if I run away from my home. But I left you in such a mess, abandoning all my duties. I ran away. Still, you are able to forgive me so much. I have never ever heard or seen this kind of love from anybody. So this is what will happen between a guru and a sishya, chela relationship. That is the highest form of relationship. So what is the message in this entire thing that we have listened so far? Relationship has only one thing as base, that is love. Often we get confused about love. We take attachment for love. Attachment means expectation. We expect something from the other person. We think that is love. If the other person doesn't fulfill our expectation, our love is broken. Our so-called love is broken. First of all, it is not love. We think it is love, and that will be gone when the other person doesn't obey us or doesn't fulfill our expectations. So we have to realize love is beyond that. Love is divine. Love is godly. Love is God. And how do we cultivate that love? By being like a mother to everyone, including our own selves. So, friends, my time is up. 45 minutes are almost gone. Spare 1 minute. If anybody has any question, I'm ready to answer if I know that for the next 1, 2, or 3 minutes at the most, not more than that. Let us stick to the time. You can type in your questions here. You can raise your hand, type in your question. Mahesh ji, brother Mahesh, how do I say? Have you typed any question? Where do I couldn't take question, sir?
Yes, sir. I unmuted Mahesh ji. Mahesh ji, you can talk. Just click unmute. Mahesh ji,
Hello.
yeah, please.
Yeah, sir. Yeah, it's so nice to be a part in this. I'm so happy. And I just want your blessings because today is my birthday. Thank you so much for your wonderful words. So after accepting each and everything in the spirituality, there will be no question arises. If there is any doubt, automatically we will get the answer from the universe, I think. I used to believe that.
So our love
I just need your blessings. That's it.
on this
Thank you so much. Thank you.
There are some questions in the question box, chat box.
Anil sir, I am unable to see the questions. You can read them. I can answer them. And very happy birthday, Mahesh ji. How loud to you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Sir, actually, there is not much questions. Just they want to upload this in our YouTube channel. Definitely, almost I think in a 2 days time, our Swamiji is uploading all these things in our YouTube channel. Even our Samir sir is having his YouTube channel. There are so many nice videos. You can just go through that. It is a bundle of encyclopedia of knowledge. So many. Thank you very much. Sir, anything else? There is no question, sir. All the questions, as Mahesh told, answered by themselves itself with your wonderful session.
Thank you so much. And then here I sign off. I thank Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna for giving me this opportunity time and again, very grateful to him. This is my own learning. This is not my speech to anybody. It is my own speech to myself. I thank one and all for listening to me so patiently. Thank you, Anil sir. Thanks everyone so far.
Now we are going to have a concluded session by our Swamiji. Maharaj, remove spotlight, Maharaj. Okay, I removed.
Ji.
Okay, Maharaj, I removed spotlight. Maharaj, your camera is in off, Maharaj.
Ji. We are very thankful to our Samir Nandanji. Now, with concluding prayers, we conclude today's program. Please repeat Positive Namaskaram Mudra.
Natvaham kamai rajyam nasvargam na punarbhavam
Kamaye
dukkhataptanam
Vinashanam
Praninamurtinashanam
Sarvastaratu Durgani
Sarvastaratu Durgani
Sarva Bhadrani Pashyatu
Bhadrani Pashyatu
Sarva Sadbuddhimatmatu
Satbuddhimapnotu
Sarva Sarvatra Nandatu
Satranandatu
Swasti Prajabhya Paripalayantam
Prajamya Paripalayantam
Nyayena Margena Mahimmaisha
Martina Mahimaya
Jai Brahmanebhya Shubhamastu Nityam
Brahmanebhyam Samastunityam
Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu Mukam Karoti Vachanam
Mukam karoti vachanam
Pangam Langayate Girim
Mukam lakayati
Yatkripatamaham Vande
Yasvapadama
Paramananda Madhavam Kalina Vacha Manasendriyarva Buddhyatmanava Prakrite Svabhavat नारायणायेति समर्पयामि प्रीयतां पुण्डरीकाक्षः सर्वयज्ञेश्वरो हरिः तस्मिन् तुष्टे जगत्तुष्टम्
तस्मिन्
प्रीणिते प्रीणितं जगत् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरि ओम तत्सत् श्रीरामकृष्णार्पणमस्तु థ్యాంక్ యూ అనిల్ గారు థ్యాంక్ యూ ఓవర్ సుమర్ నుంచి థ్యాంక్ యూ ఆల్